Well, good afternoon, everybody. Showing the preparation for the new fence going in. You can see the marker there for the post on this end. And we're just going to start where I videoed before from the beginning, showing you now how this has been cleared out. I'll have to do a little bit more, but it's pretty much cleared out for the fence. All this up in here will be logged. And they'll get that done before they resume fence work. So right now it's in a state of limbo, so to speak, in that we have different phases of this project. And so phase one is completed, and then phase two, or at least of another project, is to remove all of these pine trees in here because I got worried about them close to the auto house, and also this fence, my neighbor's fence over here, and it's just becoming a real pain to pick up afterwards. So this is actually a lesson to anybody thinking about planting white pine. This is 35 years of experience saying don't do it along a fence line. If you're hoping that they'll provide a screen, they will for a while. In fact, they provided a very good screen for the first 20 years or so, and then it's quickly become a hazard. Here's a view of the same line, but on top of the hill here. And we'll just walk down this way. Let's just stop here, and you can sight down, seeing the posts. And this is the part I wasn't sure about, but now that I see the fence line, proposed fence line laid in, I can see it's going to go to this post, and it's going to go on the outside of that telephone pole or power pole, and you can see there's the other stake up there. They leave their trucks here over the weekend for part of the tree work they're doing for us, and it's going to be up in there. They're harvesting a lot of pines behind the auto house. About a quarter mile of fence that they're going to, at least along the fence, they're going to be harvesting pine for us for pulpwood. We certainly won't make any money, but it will offset a little bit of the cost. So here you go. This was all covered in arborvitae, if you remember, and a big yew tree right over there. So this is nice and clear now. And compared to how it was, you can see how big the driveway opening is going to be now, which would be a nice asset. And they've ground out all these stumps, and it will come around this way and stop right there, and then the other side of the fence will begin at the bottom of this lamp post and swing around and go off down the road. And you see how it's freed up this nice hemlock. So let's walk down the fence line, the proposed new fence line, and you can see how all this has been pulled up, cleared of all that shrubbery. I'll cut this little tree out, little maple trying to get going here, and I'll cut this tree out as well, this little plant here. You see how it's freed up the appearance of the house, which is nice. And you can see further on down. Let's step across the road and look at what we have. You see how yeah, it's really opened up the view of the house. Yes, very nice. And then of course we'll come back and take and document the installation of the fence as it goes along. Let's walk up back to the fence line. Oh, I forgot to say, this is like March 19th, so things are starting to bloom a little bit here in the Shenandoah Valley. Over here, this is all just bramble and trees and old fence. Here's our pet cemetery. They didn't touch it, which was nice. And then you can see all along here where they ground up stumps. Like this was a big cherry stump here. They ground up, and here goes the fence line down this way. Kind of steps in a little bit there because of the curve of the road. I don't know if you remember how full of bramble and nice sized trees that were in here, and some small ones as well as some dead ones. And it's all cleared out. Yes, I think it's going to be very pretty. I'll be sure to talk to Jeff about, see if we can move this proposed line over to the left just a few more feet. That way I can get through here with my tractor easily in my 5-foot brush hog, or brush bull. People refer to these rotary cutters in a generic term as bush hog, when it's actually a brand name. It's like calling all tissue paper Kleenex. It's just, here's a mixture of a cherry stump that was ground up and a walnut stump. And of course there were these dead sassafras trees all along in here. And they're going to move the gate and my old fence there to the left up to match this new line here. And again, that'll get it off the VDOTs right away. Over here in the corner where it begins on this other end here, 1,100 feet. All this is going to be taken up and actually going to be moved over to where the stake is. The gate, the fence, everything. And I get it further away from that ditch, and you can see the stakes, and there it goes on down the road. Okay, so the next part of this video is going to be them building the fence, and that's going to be video number 3.